Waz D Scene people, this is Matthew and this is another episode of Waz D Scene, and today I'll be talking about 3 short films which will be screened at the Caribbean Tales International Film Festival's Shades of Justice Night. That will be on September 15th at 9 p.m. Those 3 films are How to Build a Treehouse from Guyana, Lessons in Justice from Canada, and from Trinidad and Tobago, The Deliverer. Now we'll start things off with How to Build a Treehouse, which is directed by Gavin Mendonca. If I got the name wrong, please forgive me. Now this is an experimental short film / music video which centers on a guitarist who hears a male voice spoken in an ancient and native language called Patamona, telling him that it's time for him to wake up and go to Kaitur, forgive me if I got that pronunciation wrong, or Old Man's Fall. Of course he wakes up and then proceeds on his trek towards Old Man's Fall, set to a very pleasant and very catchy, if you don't mind me saying, rock song. Now I like how the film embraces its music video aesthetic, from the camera angles to certain shots to how certain scenes are sped up and slowed down. I like that it was just like, okay, here's what, this is gonna be a music video because we already have a dope song in the background, so let's just embrace it, let's just have fun with it. Now there are some breathtakingly gorgeous visuals in this film, especially in the latter half where the protagonist reaches to the waterfalls. I thought that, it just made for some of the most beautiful moments in the entire film. And I've never been to Guyana before, but having seen this film now, it's like visual incentive for me to actually visit Guyana and just see this flora and fauna and just all this amazing stuff for myself. Now at first I went in not really sure what to make of it. Like, I was getting this sort of experimental surrealist vibe from it, and I was worried that the film would not really speak to me, or at least I would not have picked up on the message overall. But because the message is so simple, because the story is so simple and straightforward, because the film is just so concise and contained, yeah, it was just easy for me to get on board. And then of course it just had that song in the background that just made the ride all the more fun and engaging. So yeah, don't go into this really overthinking things. I mean, maybe there is some kind of subtext that I missed from it, but for me, I just saw it as just basically the beauty of Guyana, and then also just being a creative, regardless of where you're from, whether you're from the Caribbean or the diaspora or whatnot, just being able to take your art and really express that to the world. That's really what I got from this film. So maybe you would have gotten something else from it, feel free to let me know what you thought about it. But other than that, yeah, this was a solid short film / music video. I really did enjoy this one. So by all means, check out How to Build a Treehouse. Next off, we have Lessons in Justice, which is from Canada. It's directed by Karen Chapman and stars Donado Jones, who also narrates the film, and his son Deshaun Jones. Here, Donado's inner monologue serves as the driving force of this film. He talks about how the laws established in Canada aren't enough to save a black man from being looked down upon, and even worse, easier to prosecute just because he's black in modern society. But what worries him the most is being able to tell his son to pursue his dreams, despite the racial barriers and obstacles placed in front of him. Now this, along with the last film I'll be talking about, is the second time that I saw this film, and it still remains just as potent, just as sharp, just as brutally honest, and just as thought-provoking as it was the first time. Donado's viewpoints and arguments on race, justice, and equality are strong, and in one of the film's biggest strengths, are well thought up and clearly come from years of observation and contemplation. However, while he wishes he had the answers to these questions, he decides to impart the knowledge he learned over the years to his son on his own path of life. The drone videography works well in setting up the tone of this film, and so does the moody, piano-driven music. The cinematography is great, and the voiceover narration provided by Donado is great as well. So yeah, this is a solid short film. This is one that has resonated with me, and I hope that it does for a long period of time. I wholeheartedly recommend that you do check out Lessons in Justice. And finally, coming straight out of Trinidad and Tobago, we have The Deliverer, which is directed by Ron Morales and is written by Paul Price, who plays the lead character in the film. Here, Paul plays the character of Joseph Marcel, a Toko fisherman and village leader. After rescuing a wounded man at sea, who is played by Marvin Ishmael, Joseph is offered the opportunity to partake in a drug run to Venezuela. Now, what I liked about the film, for one thing, the cinematography, the direction, and the lighting are excellent. There are some gorgeous looking establishing shots, and there's some nicely lit interior shots as well. I was thoroughly impressed by the look of this film. combined with the tense musical score composed by Brady Hearn, The Deliverer has the feel of a top-class thriller. The acting is pretty decent throughout, especially from Paul Price, Marvin Ishmael, and Evelyn Caesar Monroe, who are given a substantial amount of character depth. Now, what let me down about the film, unfortunately, was the 40-minute runtime. It just felt a tad bit too short. Like, this could have been easily 10 or 15 minutes longer. Now, I'm not too sure if the plan initially was to just have the short film and then expound on it later on, like have a full feature based off of the short film. I like to assume that's the case, right? But I can't really say because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, as a 40-minute short film, it just doesn't feel enough though. Like, you know, the story is so potent already that, I don't know, at the very end I just wanted to see more. I wanted more story, more characters, you know, more development basically. But it just kind of stops as like, okay, I just want to see more. It just feels like a to be continued. Now here's hoping that we do get to see a longer version of this. Maybe that's not the case, but who knows, maybe we might get a short film, like maybe a continuation of this story in the near future. But for now, while it does feel like the setup for a much bigger, grander film, The Deliverer still delivers in terms of great acting, great storytelling, and great direction as well. So yeah, I do recommend that you check out The Deliverer. If you get around to seeing it for the Caribbean Tales Film Festival, please do. I know it's going to be showing at the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival right here in Trinidad and Tobago, so by all means go see it when you get the chance. And while you're at it, feel free to like and share this video, as well as subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell as well, you know, so you'll know when new videos are released. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. So once again, guys, this is Matthew. Like a wise man once told me,
This is my home! I'm not leaving!